Going live. Bam. Hey, welcome. We're live tonight on Friday. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We're just coming in early tonight because I got some other stuff we want to talk about. Tomorrow we're going to be on here after 9, and tomorrow we're going to review the eviction game plan because there's a lot of people that are going to be facing the eviction process because they believe the moratorium meant that everything stopped. Well, that's not what the moratorium meant. And a lot of people got paperwork from the court and never responded because they believed that everything was stopped. And what the moratorium means is anybody that has an FHA loan that's connected to federal cannot be thrown out on the street. It does not mean that the court process is stopped or any of that. And I've had people tell me, oh, but the attorney told me that the court was closed. Well, the attorney was full of crap. And yeah, the court may have been closed, but to me, the court's not closed. Okay. Closed means that there's nobody in the court and there's no way to get your stuff in there. Okay. There's a way to get your shit in there. You have to send it in and make them sign for it. You always want to make them sign for it. That way, if you're close to getting pushed over the edge of the cliff and they try to put your stuff in the basket and violate you anyway, you can go after the person that signed because that person that signed is supposed to make sure your shit gets filed the same day they picked it up. Or at least if they don't file it, when it does get filed, it's dated the same day they signed to pick it up. So people are going to be struggling because they're finding out now that the moratorium didn't stop shit. And they're finding out that they were moved into the unlawful detainer court, the eviction court. I just call it eviction court. Different states call it different shit. I just call it the eviction court to make sure that everybody understands. The unlawful detainer and the eviction court process has started already, and you either didn't see the notification, didn't look at the notifications, or in some cases, people did not get the notifications. The attorneys know that they can get away with this shit because when the gates open up, everything's going to be bottlenecks, going to be a big ass line, and going to be a lot of confusion. And the attorneys already know that when the confusion starts, okay, it's like the tie goes to the runner for the attorney. When the confusion starts, okay, it's going to end on the attorney's side because the judge ain't trying to hear it. And they've already got it worked out how they're going to do this. So I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a lot of people facing the eviction process. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to lay out the game plan that you need. And the cool thing about it is one of the main things that you're going to be using to block the judge that's trying to evict you is that lawsuit that I put together for my sister that stopped her. Well, it forced the judge to terminate her case. The words were termination and disposed of. Yeah. So that's better than dismissal, I guess. But at least my sister's still in her house and they're not bothering her. Ain't nobody been there. Ain't like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that document is going to be probably the number one document that you're going to need to block the eviction process, because there's only two ways to block the eviction process, and that is, in my opinion, that is to have a title dispute on the record and in federal court, and that's how we were doing it. But even that's tough for people that are close to the edge because of the fraud and how they try to ignore shit. But we figured out by filing that lawsuit against the judge and the attorney, and if you're in a jam on money, you can actually file it as a counterclaim. This is what we did, and cause some serious problems right there. Get control of the situation. That's going to be for tomorrow. So introduce myself. Hey, I'm Coach Neighbors. Welcome to Advocates for Justice, Foreclosure Defense Paralegal School. We got away from the service part because we're teaching you guys how to do this shit yourself. And that's what we're all about here. I want to take a minute to thank you guys in the Foreclosure Rescue private Facebook page for putting up with me. I know I joke around a lot about, actually, I don't really joke around in the page. I joke around in videos about being sent to the bench if you don't keep up and watch the videos and do your work. And so I had one guy that was scared because the federal judge was threatening to sanction him, so he was scared and he kind of lost it. And I don't handle the fear well. I asked him if he, was ready to give up, if he wanted to go sit on the bench, and he got offended. So I've been kind of watching the bench thing. When I talk about it in videos, I'm kidding. Okay, to be honest with you, I don't have a bench. Okay, so if you can't keep up, you're out of the program. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it goes. Because I don't have a bench. I don't take hostages, so I don't have a bench. I don't have a place for people to sit that ain't kicking ass. There ain't no room in my program for anybody that ain't getting shit done. And I'll tell you that right now. If you're in my program and you're not getting the shit done, somebody's gonna be stepping on your back. Okay, that's how this goes. But I don't want that. I'd rather just go ahead and send you to the curb and let you go do your own thing. If you can't watch the instructional videos, and if you can't listen and follow the instructions, and if you keep arguing all the time about the banking system and all of the stuff that you were doing and trying to connect that stuff into what we're doing now, okay, those are things that's going to cause me to have to send you to go sit down, okay? Because I'm not trying to hear all the stuff that you were doing. I don't want to hear about what the attorneys have done because I already know. And that's why I do what I do, because they did the same shit to me. Okay. I already know. So we need to be talking about going forward and putting together the program that you need to get control of the situation. So today we're going to talk about, so one of the things that I'm learning working with you guys in the group is some of the things that I need to be addressing and talking about so people can understand, because I've been doing this for a minute and it's hard for me sometimes to take the time to stop and look at things from you guys' perspective, from perspective of a person that's maybe never filed anything in court, or someone who, oh, wait, I forgot to give myself a thumbs up. I need to give myself a thumbs up. And I need you guys to give me a thumbs up too. I need you guys to give me a thumbs up if you find value in what I'm doing up in here. I need you to click on my ads. I know those ads on YouTube are a pain in the ass, but I need you to click on those ads because that's how I get paid. And when I get to the point to where I'm making the big bucks from the ads, my lawsuit package will be dropped down, low. My goal is to have a program that will not turn anybody away that's willing to stand up and fight. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to have even lower prices than I have now. Right now, I have the sale going on. All of the lawsuit packages, the lawsuit package for the judicial foreclosure, the non-judicial foreclosure, and the eliminating property tax package is on sale right now for $300. And today is 3/26. At the end of this month, the sale is going to be over. And I call this my end of the moratorium sale. Now, I don't know if they're going to end the moratorium or not, because they keep bullshitting with people back and forth. And, for me, I guess I think it'd be great just to stop stalling and get on with the program, because every time they say the moratorium is on, people sit down and nobody takes the shit serious. And those people that sit down are going to get caught with their pants down. And that's just the way it's going to be. All of you people that are fighting right now, that are in front of the line, okay, causing problems for them, are going to get a pass. And I'll tell you why. This is just my opinion, because they're not going to have time to screw with you, dragging their ass in court and suing them. They're not going to have time for that, because they're going to have so many people that they can push off the edge of the cliff and take their shit without fighting. So you guys that's up front need to make sure that you stay on the program and get things done, because we don't have time to be playing around. And that's the truth, Jack. So I need you guys to subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you click on those ads so I get paid. Hit that like button. Ring the bell so that you get notification when class starts. And please share my videos, share this online stream on your Facebook. The attorneys in California don't like me. They got really pissed when they saw my eliminating property tax lawsuit package somewhere and started reporting me. And yeah, so I ain't worried about that. But the problem is they had YouTube, they had Facebook block me from advertising on their platform. So as you guys can see, we've already figured out a whole bunch of ways to get shit done. So if you guys will share my videos, if you'll share my live streams, that will help a lot. That will help other people see that they have an option, okay, before these attorneys steal their hope. So share my shit so people can see what's going on for real up in here. And leave comment. Leave comment. If you feel like what I'm doing has value, leave a comment. Great job. Hello. Thumbs up. Just something, because YouTube checks all this shit. And when they see that people ring the bell, people have been sharing my stuff, they've been leaving comments, they clicked on the button, they subscribed, they clicked on the ads, and they also sent me $1 million extra. Okay, wait a minute, I threw that in. That's not even on the list, but I kind of was on a roll. But anyway, honestly, I'd rather get my money from YouTube. So you guys do those things so that you can help me out and share my stuff on your YouTube channel, on your Facebook pages, and have your friends share my stuff on their Facebook pages, because they think they can shut me out. No, we don't give up so easy up in here. So, so I'm only going to take a few minutes tonight. A couple of things I wanted to talk about. One, I'm going to leave some links down in the section over here, in the comment section, to some of my new offers, and I'm going to share my page so you can see them. We're going to talk a little bit about them, the stuff that I have on sale. But before we get to that, I want to talk a few minutes about the process. We need to talk a little bit about the process when you file your lawsuit. Okay, so let's start from the gate. At the beginning, a lot of people get thrown under the bus because they don't realize that they have to respond to the attorneys. They have to reply to the attorney's response. So when you file something, the attorney will respond, and then you're supposed to reply, okay, before it gets in the court or before anything takes place. If you don't reply, then the attorney automatically gets a win, and your stuff gets thrown out, because the judge considers you left the playing field early because you didn't reply to their response. So that's the thing that we need to remember first. When you file your lawsuit, they have 21 days, I think it is, or whatever the amount of time for your state to respond. And then once they respond, you get to reply to them. That's kind of the general way it goes. But here's the way it goes for real. According to the Civil Rules of Procedure, okay, you don't have to answer to a lawsuit if you have defenses that you want to throw up in their face, okay? And when these attorneys file the foreclosure against you, what I like to answer with is that jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. Bam, that slams them right in the face, and they're screwed, okay? That's what I like to answer with. And the other thing you can answer with is your notice of claim. For me, I would just answer with a lawsuit against them and stop playing, okay? Because, and I've had a couple of people do that, and the first thing they want to do is move for continuance. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why the hell they need to continue, okay? They already filed the lawsuit and was ready to take all my shit. So they shouldn't have to continue. They should be ready. No, they ain't ready when they see our stuff, okay? That's how we do that. What you need to remember is when they respond to your lawsuit, they're going to respond like it's bullshit, okay? Dismiss on the Rule 12B, whatever. They're not going to respond to anything on the merits. I can tell you that right now. So when they respond, you just go in and reply back to them and reiterate what you said in the first place, because they don't respond to nothing on the merits. What we do here is we block them from doing what they're trying to do. I know we block them. Our goal is not to get the judge to rule in our favor or give us anything. Okay. Our goal is to make them give up. Make them give up. And the number one thing that we do to facilitate that is we add the person who actually signed to start the foreclosure against your property to the lawsuit as the number one defendant. Or if you're past all of that and you're about to get kicked out, then you're just going to add the judge that's giving them your shit to your lawsuit against the judge and the attorney and the law firm and file that against them and see how they like that. So when you do that, you're going to need to be aware that they're going to come back with some stupid shit. They may even try to give you a hard time about filing it, especially if you take everything and file at the same time. If they give you a hard time about filing it, you can go over to the next county and file your stuff in the next county. Give them this big old sob story about how you are about to run out of gas and you can't make it over there. And this is, if you don't get this done today, they're going to throw you out. And in most cases, if you do your job and you earn the Emmy, they'll file your stuff and send it over to the other place. And it's a whole lot harder for them to manipulate it when it's not filed in their court. So that's one of now the other thing that you guys need to remember when they give you a hard time about filing your stuff, once you hand them your shit, don't take it back. Okay. Do not take it back. They're going to look at it. They're going to like, oh, well, let me go get the supervisor, and the supervisor's going to come and they're going, yeah, well, you got the attorney as an M1 defendant. You can't do that. You can't do this. Bullshit. I had a guy, and this is one of the tips that I got. I didn't even come up with this on my own. I'm not even going to lie. I had a guy that went through this in federal court. They didn't want to take his stuff. He went to file everything at the same time, which, you kind of try not to do because it makes them, but sometimes you don't have a choice if you got to drive 50, 60 miles or whatever. But anyway, and they told him they wasn't taking his stuff. They told him they were not taking his shit, and they actually took his shit and they threw it in the trash can. Well, he told them, look, you guys are on the camera right there taking my stuff. I don't give a shit what you do with it. And he turned around and walked off. Yeah, that's how you do it. And when they threw his shit in the trash can, and he was black, so they was messing with him, trying to get him to lose his temper. Yeah, you know how that shit goes. He got to his car. He said he sat down, smoked a cigarette, and he got a call, and it was them. And they told him that they had just spoke to a pro se attorney, and the pro se attorney told them they had to accept their stuff. Yeah, that's the best lie they could come up with, a pro se attorney. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Ain't no such thing as a damn pro se attorney. But anyway, don't take it back. Make them keep it. Yep. That's how you do it. So you need to make sure that you're aware that you have to respond to the attorney's mess. And when the attorneys file their stuff and try to move to have you dismiss all that stuff, that's what they're going to do. Surely, even if you wasn't in my program, I mean, surely you don't think they're going to just lay down at first. Yeah, but you'll be putting it on them. If you do the right thing, you will be putting it on. So we want to make sure that you guys get things done in a timely manner. Also, you have 14 days to reply to their response or whatever. You want to make sure that you're getting everything done in a timely manner, so you don't end up getting thrown out over some stupid crap. So I'm going to open up the share window and show you guys the packages that we have on sale. So we put these on sale this month. This is our end of the moratorium sale. Now, this is the non-judicial foreclosure lawsuit package. This is the offer. And I'm going to leave a link to it in the comment section, but you guys can can scroll down, check it out. For those of you who have not seen it. So it goes down. We talk about the different things here that you need to be aware of. And then this is a video, foreclosure liens. And this is one of my favorite pictures. So let's go down here to the stuff. Oh yeah, and this is my my delivery, my special document delivery vehicle. Yeah. And this is the non-judicial foreclosure lawsuit instructional video. So I got the videos right in the offer. So you can click on it and you can take a look at it and you can review it before the instructional video before you purchase the package, if you need to make sure that you can do this. Now, this is where we want to stop. This under the table stuff right here is where we're going to stop. I love this picture. Now, if you scroll down, here's the stuff that you're going to get free. Okay. The jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit is one badass document that I put together, and we are using this to stop the state court process. I don't care if it's an eviction, if it's the foreclosure and judicial foreclosure in state court. I don't. This is the first document you want to stick up in their face. And you want to file it. You want to put the judge's name on there, because the next document you're going to be filing against the judge. And this is also the motion for, this is the reconsideration package. This package, you have everything in here you need to jam the judge up. You have a motion for objection, a notice of claim, you got a recusal document, everything you need to jam the judge up. And in a perfect world, you would want to have all these on file before you file your lawsuit against the judge. You want to have this on file, you want to have these on file before you file your lawsuit against it. That's in the perfect world, okay? I'm still looking for that world. There's a few people in that perfect world, but a lot of people are not. So if you are not in that perfect world, and we're going to talk about this more tomorrow on the eviction stream, then you need to get the lawsuit filed against the judge and stick that in the judge's face. And these are some of my Google reviews, but they're not the latest ones. So if you want to see my latest Google reviews, you're going to need to go to the Google My Business page where the reviews are or whatever, and look at them. So what I want to show you guys next is this. This one is the one that got the judge to go sit the hell down and leave my sister alone. So, if I'm making documents for my sister, my shit's badass. Just ask my sister. Now, this document is on sale now for $75. Okay. It's on sale for $75. And don't let that $75 thing mess with your head. Okay. Because I don't want you to get it twisted. This is badass. And I'll show you guys what we got from the court too. Oh, yeah. So here it is right here. I put it right in the thing. This is a screenshot of the docket sheet showing that the case was terminated. The type, other disposition. Yeah, it was terminated, disposed of, stopped. Yeah. And that was with this document, $75. How about that? $75. So what we're learning how to do, and I'm putting together a state, our first state package to use in state court, and it's going to have this document in it as one of the lead documents. And when I do that, the document won't be for $75 no more. So you'll be able to get it for the $75 right now. And next week is when I'm going to have that put together, and then that's going to change, because then we'll have. So what I'm going to do is kind of a blueprint of what I filed to get this. Right now, I just have the document available for anybody that's in an emergency situation that's about to get evicted. This is going to be one of the main things that you're going to be using to stop the eviction process. And it's only $75. And the reason $75 is because I like helping people kick attorneys' butts, and that's why I'm here. So anybody questioning what my motivation is, it's easy to see, because I put my money where my mouth's at, or I don't have the money to put where my mouth's at. It's $75. Okay, that's the deal. $75. You can get this and stick it up in the attorney's face, in the judge's face, in all of their faces. And yeah, this is the delivery vehicle that I like to use for this document. Now you have the firepower to fight back. And this document is pretty badass, because the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946 was actually is a federal law that was enacted. I checked, because I'm the one talking about these laws ain't laws. They don't have an enacting clause. They don't have the three elements. Yeah, so I checked, and it was enacted in 1946. And the reason this law was put in place was to force corporations to make sure their policies and procedures were in line with the Constitution. Bam. So when you're suing the judge for this, if you win this, then the judge is going to have to make all of their shit according to the Constitution. And that means they're not going to be making any money no more. Mm-hmm. This is serious shit. And I've used this to control the BOP, the halfway house, when a family member was being harassed. Yeah, this is badass. And just showing that docket sheet showing the judge terminated the case. Well, it wasn't the judge that we sued, because we recused that judge and filed a claim, and then filed a lawsuit against the judge. But the judge was recused before we filed the lawsuit. So the judge couldn't make any decisions in the case, because the judge was recused for helping the attorneys. It's real easy to recuse a judge. All you got to do is show the appearance of impartiality, and bam. Mm-hmm. So then when you come with your lawsuit and all that stuff, that's the problem for the judge. The judge has to go sit the hell down. And now the new judge has to come in and take the case. Yeah, the new judge. Would you like to be the new judge? It's a little stinky over there. Yep. New judge didn't want nothing to do with it. And I think that's by design with the way we do our stuff. Okay. We teach you how to use their loopholes to stick up in their face and then sue them. Yep. We're going to run the same place they're running on you on them. Sue the judge. Once you control the judge, shit is over. Yep. There's the judge. I love this picture too. It's time to stop playing around. And then you get the instructional video there. And I have one more I want to show you guys, at least one more. Actually, I have a bunch of more, but now I put together a document for $50. Okay, if you're in a foreclosure situation or third-party debt collection or anything like that, I put this document together. This is a change of venue motion. Now, any party can move for a change of venue in the interest of justice. And so what we put together in here is we're moving for a change of venue because the court lacked jurisdiction. State court does not have jurisdiction to hear a foreclosure or anything else, because the attorney is the person that's bringing the lawsuit. The attorney is the only signature on the paperwork that they're sticking in your face. And the attorney is a foreign agent. And a foreign agent cannot bring a claim in state court. foreign agent must file in federal court. If you sue somebody in another state, you can't sue them in state court. You have to go through federal court. A foreign agent from another country. Yeah, I know. I like to keep it simple. So that's a problem. The foreign agent should have filed their lawsuit in state court, in federal court, not state court. So that's why you're moving their shit over there. And the fact that the foreign agent is not registered with FARA. The Foreign Agent Registration Act is a law, a federal law that was enacted in 1938. And that law forces these attorneys that are foreign agents to register with the U.S. National Attorney General. I did not know there was such a thing. There is a National Attorney General. And these attorneys are supposed to register with them. They're supposed to fill out all this paperwork, how much they make and who they're working for. And all of this shit is supposed to be available for your inspection. And it is not. But that's a different story. When you're suing them, you're moving to change your venue because the attorney is a foreign agent and state court does not have jurisdiction to hear the foreclosure. They don't. And the attorney also is not registered with FARA. So that's a federal law violation right there. $50. So I know people say, well, you know what? If you move their shit over to federal court, they're screwed. Because if you get my paperwork, I use federal court case law in all of my stuff. And I have the case law to show that you can file that in state court if you need to. But you can't file state court shit in federal court. So now these guys are kind of screwed because the case has to get dismissed in federal court so they can refile it the right way with federal case law. This would be the best $50 that you could spend. And I can't wait to see how it works. I put this together to use for Shamel, but she went ahead and filed her claim against the judge. And I think she's filing this today, or got it filed today. She let me know that the judge was served today. So, and they ignored her stuff and kicked her dad out of his house. Yep. And now the judge is getting sued for that. And in South Carolina, the master of equity is not a judge. Okay. That dude is not a judge. He's an attorney that was appointed to help the court with the overflow of foreclosures that they're stealing from people. He is not a judge. And we addressed that in the lawsuit that we filed against his ass too. So I can't wait to see how that's going to work out. So we're going to go on down here and you guys can, oh yeah, bam. Time for the knockout punch. That's Alea Ali. Yeah, taking care of business. So I also have my online course for property owners who have rental properties that are in distress right now because the tenants lost their jobs because of the pandemic or whatever. And that course is using different documents that have been upgraded and totally badass. So the course is designed to where you can attack a foreclosure on several properties, even if the foreclosure are at different places in the process. And it's also set up to where you can have a team of people learn that course and handle all of your stuff. So property investors, rental property owners, property managers, any of that, if you guys are facing foreclosures, this online course is the bomb. And I think I have 49 people enrolled in it already. Got a couple of good reviews, but I don't hear much from anybody in it. And that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I'll tell you, the people in the Facebook group have really helped me build this program to what it is. The real-time feedback that I get from folks helps me change things, add things, let people know on the other side of the country what's going on over here on this side of the country so we can look out for it. Yeah, it's just been priceless. And it's allowed me to put together this online course as well. Yeah, we got delivery vehicles for all of our packages. Yeah, and this is not for you if you're afraid of the government retaliating. This offer is not for you if you're afraid of speaking out in court. This offer is not for you if you are afraid of suing the judge or helping the attorneys win. This offer is not for you if you're afraid to harass the attorneys. Yeah, because that's what I'm going to teach you how to do up in here. And this is interesting. Does anybody know why attorneys will not help you in foreclosure? Because the attorney is the one suing you in the foreclosure, and attorneys won't attack each other. And if you hire an attorney to help you with foreclosure, that attorney is automatically going to get a cut of what they steal from you, in addition to what they take out of your bank account pretending to be helping you while they're throwing your ass under the bus. And that's the number one mistake uh, that people make. Number one, number two mistake people make in foreclosure. Number one mistake people make in foreclosure is thinking that that the lender is suing them, and it ain't the lender. The lender is not the one suing you. Okay, you're being sued by a third-party debt collector, illegally foreclosing on your property. Okay, that's who's suing you. It's not the lender. The other problem people get wrong is they don't realize that the unlawful foreclosure and the illegal mortgage scheme are two entirely different situations orchestrated by two entirely different people. Okay, so most people go into court, and they're trying to sue the lender for foreclosing on them. Okay, you got the wrong person. Okay, you got the wrong asshole on the hook, and all they're going to do is dismiss it after they get done laughing at you and dragging you through the mud. Yep. The lender is not the one foreclosing on you. And people call me all the time and they want to talk about all this. I didn't want to talk about the lender stuff. I didn't want to talk about what servicer you had, because none of that shit matters. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to start at the gate. Where you're starting at talking about the lender, the servicer, all that shit's in the middle of the water. Okay. You're already in the middle of the ocean. Okay. We're going to start at the gate over there. And at the gate, we're talking jurisdiction, because their whole process is fraud. And if you argue any part of it, you're going to screw yourself. The court does not have jurisdiction to be even handling their stuff, because the attorney is a foreign agent. The statute that they're using doesn't have the necessary elements to be considered a valid law, because they're violating the Administrative Procedures Act of 1940. I can just go on down the list. Yeah, it kills me when I teach people this stuff. As soon as they get in a conference or on a Zoom video, the first thing they start talking about is the servicer, or they let the judge start talking to you about payments. They don't give a shit about what you got to say. They want to get you to agree that you should be making the payments, and there was payments. If they get you to not object to the payments and start talking about the payments, then they're just going to proceed with stealing your house, because you just admitted to the judge that you owed the money. Mm-hmm. The payments. So this online course is set up, and it's pretty cool. I have a bunch of videos talking about the online course on my YouTube channel, so you can go there and check it all out. And then I have video right here on the offer too that takes you inside the course. This is what the inside of the course looks like. If I can find it. There it goes. Yeah, that's what the inside of the course looks like. So you guys can click on that. I'm going to leave these links over there. And there's a little bit more about, and there's that jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. Now, if you use a jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit and you have questions about it and you call me or you talk to me, if we talk about it, you're going to have to say it's jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. You're going to have to say the whole thing or call it by the title JCWA or something, because there's a regular jurisdiction challenge in the paperwork. And if you're talking about the regular, actually, you should be using the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. You should be using this one. Okay. But the fact here is, if you're talking about the other one or you're talking about this one, and I don't understand, you're talking about this one, then you're talking about the other one or whatever, I could give you the wrong advice, and then I'd be like an attorney. So I'm going to click these over into okay, I'm going to click these over into the chat window. Hey, Diane and James, Shauna, good to see you guys. Oh, we got someone new. P51, D-Man from Montana. Oh, you talked to me yesterday. Oh, yeah, we did talk, didn't we? So the stuff is on sale right now, guys. I'm going to suggest that you guys don't wait around, because for the few of you that missed the sale before, you know that when you call me and say I missed the sale, they don't really care. So don't miss the sale. Okay. This is linked to the online course. And please share that on Facebook, especially in California, because I love pissing off the attorneys in California. Actually, attorneys everywhere are idiots, but and I want to make sure that I leave this one. It's this the $75 stopper, the judge stopper. And I know people are struggling, and that's why I try to keep my prices really low. And you guys make sure you click on my ads on the YouTube channel when you're watching my stuff, please, please. And next, I want to put that $50 one up there so people can get it. Change of venue. Here we go. That one's a change of venue motion there. $50. So $50, you can move their foreclosure case out of state court over to federal court and just mess up their whole program. See, that's what I like to do. I like to find the loopholes and use them to jam their asses up with their own stuff. Now, this one is the property tax one, and boy, the attorney did not like this. I'm not sure if they were pissed because I had it for $500, or if they were pissed because it's going to block them from doing what they want to do. But they're going to be really pissed now because it's down to $300 because I can. My boss left me in charge. But it's not going to be at $300 for very long. So you guys might, if you're struggling and can't pay the $3, you might sign up for quad pay. Quad pay is a service that you can use to make 4 payments, and then you just pay them back in 4 payments. So that would be a pretty good deal. I've actually used them myself a few times for something. And I want to make sure I get the non-judicial package on there so you guys can see it. Hey, Kerry Jackson. Yes, great deals for hard times. So the way I set this up, okay, I know that people can come up with $50 or $75. Okay. You can come up with that much money just from borrowing from the mailman. Okay, whatever. That gives you a nice, cheap way to get control of the foreclosure, to stop it. Okay. $50, move their shit out of state court over to federal court. And then if they don't want to do it, then sue the judge for that, for not doing it. Because according to their rules, any party should be able to change the venue in the interest of justice. And your interest of justice is showing that the court don't have jurisdiction because the statute is missing the necessary elements to be considered a valid law, and the attorney is violating federal law because he's a foreign agent and he's not registered. And the foreign agent can, okay, so I went over all that. I'll let you guys listen to that in the video. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the eviction game plan. I'm going to have a plan for that and how to take care of that problem. And we're going to talk a little bit about the eviction and what you need to know to understand how they've been getting away with screwing people over in the eviction court. So that's for tomorrow. So good night, guys, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow after 9. It's time to go get something to drink out of the water faucet.